So another violent Democrat has been arrested, this time right here in New York City. The Comptroller and Democratic mayoral candidate, his name is Brad Lander. I know you probably haven't heard of him. He was arrested earlier today at the Manhattan Immigration Court. Watch this.
I see the warrant. I will let go when you show me the judicial warrant.
Put him in custody. No! Take him back. Take him in. Take him in. Take him in. Step back. Step back. Step back.
You don't have authority to arrest U.S. citizens. You don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens.
He was locking his arms, refused to go, so they ripped him out of there. Lander was arrested for allegedly assaulting law enforcement, impeding a federal officer, but the charges have since been dropped. As soon as he was released, he gave his version of the events. Watch.
We just tried to walk out of the building, and I think you saw the video. All I tried to do was just hold Edgardo's arm and ask the ICE agents, do you have a warrant? And they would not show me the warrant. And I said I'd let go of his arm as soon as they showed it to me, and they did not show it to me, and you saw what happened.
Yeah, someone's got a primary coming up. Here to unpack this is the Assistant DHS Secretary for Public Affairs, Tricia McLaughlin. Tricia, why do Democrats feel they're above the law and that these scuffles work for them? How do you view this?
Brian, if you lay hands on a law enforcement officer or impede their enforcement actions, you will be arrested, just as we saw here. But Brian, even more than that, we're seeing an epidemic of Democrat politicians who are seeking higher office, much like the mayor of Newark, who went and crashed Delaney Hall and tried to get into a secure facility. Then earlier this week, we saw Senator Padilla, a sitting U.S. senator, go and crash Secretary Noem's press conference and aggressively approach her. I mean, this is just the third one in a row. These guys want their 15 minutes of fame, and they want to do it off the backs of our ICE law enforcement officers, and we won't stand for it in this administration. Our law enforcement officers, their safety comes first, and so does the American citizens as well.
You know, what's so interesting is we have Letitia James, who went the other way. Not only are people not respecting ICE, Letitia James is going after local cops. Look at this, for misconduct for working with ICE. The headline, today's New York Post, the AG probing local cops for misconduct with the Trump administration. The AG's office asked Oswego County Sheriff Don Hilton for documents outlining any cooperation between the local cops, federal agencies, and ICE, Customs and Border Protection, Homeland Security. What country is she for?
It is absolutely ridiculous, Brian. Our ICE enforcement officers are just trying to do their jobs. They're trying to enforce the law. They're facing a 400% increase in assaults against them. And these are the men and women who put their lives on the line every single day to get the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens out of our country. We're talking about MS-13 gang members, convicted rapists, murderers, child abusers, Brian, people who we do not want in this country. I think it's quite frankly despicable, and I think it's incumbent upon Democrat leadership to call on these people like Letitia James to knock this rhetoric off. It's going to get somebody hurt or worse. You know, in conversation with the president, he understands too this. People have been here 10, 15 years, that you would actually destroy farms and hospitality in many ways if they are forced to leave. They make up 4.4% of the entire workforce, 17% of crop production, 16% in animal slaughtering, the meatpacking plant, 13% in construction. So I think the way I understand it, your administration is looking for anybody that came in, the millions that came in during the Biden years, you're out, or any criminals, 660,000 estimated. So get rid of the worst first. Is that correct? That's correct. Our number one priority, Brian, is getting these criminal illegal aliens out of the country. Like I said, members of MS-13, known terrorists, these are people who have been walking around with impunity for the last 4 years under the Biden administration. It's our top priority to get them out. Worksite enforcement is also the cornerstone of our operations. We know that there's drug trafficking that occurs there. There's human trafficking, labor trafficking, and we're going to get those guys.
I mean, the message to the rest of the world, now's not the time to come. And what you've done at the border, people say it was absolutely impossible. You pulled it off. Look at what happened in terms of border crossers last month. Let me see, 0. I mean, if we could just put that full screen up, 0 illegal aliens released in the U.S. in 2025. For Biden administration, how about 62,000 in May of 2024? That to me is a stat I didn't think was possible.
Brian, I don't think much of the world thought this was possible, but under President Donald Trump and Secretary Kristi Noem, we have the most secure border in American history. And what more does this mean with the lack of border crossings? It means that our CBP agents have the ability not just to be at those facilities processing people, but they can be out in the field making sure that cartels are not getting into our country, drug mules, drug traffickers, those are staying out.
So, Tricia, just a big picture question. I know everyone's focused on the big, beautiful bill, and I understand that. But after this, with the border shut down, with the wall being built, if money is allocated there, is this the first time in 30, 40 years you could actually look at immigration reform? Because there's areas in which both parties agree.
You know, I sure hope so, but we do have to get that big, beautiful bill passed. That would create funding to create 10,000 new ICE enforcement officers. We saw what happened with California and the riots there. Our ICE enforcement officers are being demonized, they're being overwhelmed, and we need to get them the support that they so deserve.
Right. Don't go reward people that cross illegally with citizenship, but work visas so they're accounted for. That might be a way to go. Tricia, thanks so much. You had a busy day and another brawl to referee.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.